think I'm going to take you for a drive through Walking Street. Only just because during the day, Walking Street's open to vehicular traffic. And I just cut through there. Just take a ride through there. Now, if you're riding a motorbike in this town, be aware that in Thailand, like most any country, you're required to have a license. Okay? And more people here, get caught because they don't have a license. And I got mixed emotions about it. I mean, when I'm a tourist, I like to go places. I want to rent a motorbike. I don't want to be hassled by the cops. And, you go to some of these little islands. Now it's a red light here. The only reason I'm stopping, okay, number one, there's people in the crosswalk. Number two, what I'm talking about is right up here by Central is the main Pattaya police station. So if you're driving down Beach Road, chances are the police are standing in front of their main police station checking for licenses. And they see a foreign guy wearing no helmet. Okay, they already know you're a tourist and you probably don't have a proper driver's license. They're going to stop you. And I've got mixed emotions about this topic, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I'm the most anti-government person that you probably don't even realize that you're watching my videos. I don't like regulation. I don't like most forms of government, because most forms of government serve no purpose for the people. They serve no purpose. They're not very logical, and they just take money from the people, and they don't provide the people, the taxpayers, with a service. I look at most government employees. You're just on a welfare program of a different level. Like my thing about government is you have welfare recipients who get a free check, and then you have government workers who are required to show up for work to get a free check. They don't have to do anything, they just got to show up. So that's the way I look at them. So with all that said, most forms of regulation I'm against, but this is what happens here. Okay, people come here, and if you know how to ride a motorbike, okay, you rent a motorbike, and obviously you don't want to get hassled. That's the way it used to be. And then what started happening is you'll have these fat ass Russian women, and I single them out because I've almost got killed in several incidents where a fat ass Russian bitch rented a goddamn motorbike, never driven one before in her fucking life, and goddamn, took off across Sukhumvit Road and about caused 9 traffic accidents, right? Now, when you get so many people, so many tourists, so many people in an area, there has to be some form of regulation, and I fucking hate that word. But I think everybody should be able to do pretty much what the fuck they want as long as it doesn't affect me. But when all of a sudden you got these fucking tourists who in heavy traffic who have never ridden a goddamn motorbike before, yeah, I want them off the fucking road. Now here we go, folks. I'm gonna take you down Walking Street during the day, just a little motorbike tour through here. And as I said before, the Walking Street sign for some reason is burnt out. It hasn't been working in a while. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it blew a fuse or somebody didn't pay the bills. I don't know. But the Walking Street sign is not in operation. So folks, Walking Street kicks off all night long, obviously, and then You know, if you come here during the day, it's a reset. It's a reset. It's a reboot. You know, you got to reload all the ice. You got to reload the beer. Everything gets cleaned up, and it gets set for the next night. So it's about 3:30, 4 in the afternoon right now. You know, some bars are open. You know, just to get a drink. There's restaurants open. Obviously, the Go-Go's aren't open yet. A little bit of street food firing up. And I apologize for the camera keeps falling down off the strap, but once I think all I need is a little rubber band to keep that thing in place. And I'm going to start taking you on a little bit of motorbike tours. A little bit of motorbike touring. So anyhow, back to the motorbike license shit, you know. They had to do some type of enforcement here just because of all the fucking stupid ass tourists coming here and damn near killing people. So if you come here now, be aware there's police checkpoints, you know, just like anywhere in the world. And if you don't have a license, now they take the motorbike and it costs you or the owner of the motorbike, the rental agency, 2,000. I think it's 2,000 baht to get the motorbike back, and it's going to cost you money because you don't have a license. There's my public service message to you. If you come to Thailand, don't drink and drive like anywhere else in the world. Number 2, you're required to have a license. Number 3, if you've never rode a fucking motorbike before in your life, do not come to Pattaya, Thailand and think that you can learn how to ride a motorbike in this environment. You're gonna hurt yourself. If you go to one of the islands where there's you and maybe 3 other tourists, some remote place, well, maybe that's a perfect place for you to learn how to ride a motorbike. And to my right is Bali High Pier. This is where you go if you want to take a boat over to Koh Larn. We from the west say Koh Larn, but it's actually Koh Larn. There's the Pattaya sign. Yeah, so if you've never ridden a motorbike before, don't come to this town and rent a motorbike and think you're going to learn. It's not the environment. Even as an experienced motorcyclist, this town, like Bangkok, and this town is challenging. Just like that dude opened that door, just like that door opened. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're going to get hurt. Little go-kart track over here to the left. If you're into riding those go-karts, I'm not sure how much it is. I don't think I've ever done it. I don't think I've ever ridden the go-karts here. You know what, my friends? I'm going to take you to have a cup of coffee. And I wrote an article about this on my blog a couple years ago. I think it's called Best Coffee Shop in Thailand or what have you. And it's gotten to the point where it's so crowded because it is the best coffee shop in Thailand. And sometimes you get up there and you can't get a table. But I'm going to take you for a little ride up there to this coffee shop. And if we can get a table, we're going to have some coffee. If not, I'll at least show you where it's at. So we just came out of Walking Street, at the end of Walking Street. And what we got to do, we're underneath this bridge. We're going to take a right and go up this hill like we're going over to the Pattaya area. And this is where the big Buddha is. If you basically go up one way, you can go to the big Buddha to see all that. And if you go to the other way, I'm going to take you to this coffee shop. Alright, so we got the green. Here we go. Up this little hill right here. That park right in front of me, nice little walking area. I don't recommend coming here at night because unless they've put some lighting in, it used to not be very well lit. And so what people do, a lot of the Russians will stumble out of Walking Street drunk as hell. And if you don't have any Russian friends, I mean, my Russian friends they're just some of the cheapest folks you'll ever meet. That's just their nature. And instead of spending money to take a motorbike taxi home to this area where their condo is, they walk up this hill and through that park. Well, come on, once the criminal element knows that, hey, there's nothing but drunk Russian tourists coming through that park, well, there's been a lot of bag snatchings. So I don't recommend you cut through there at night. But look, right here. So you saw how I just cut that turn? And you got to get a good run and go up this hill right here. Man, that's a beautiful chick in the back of that bike. And Thai girls, they don't like wearing helmets. I guess women don't like wearing helmets because it messes up their hair. But if you do rent a motorbike, you're a foreign guy, you make sure your girl wears a helmet or it's going to cost you 500 baht. Just at least get her one of the small ones. It's not going to help her if you crash, but it'll keep the police from giving you a ticket. Alright, so what we do, we come up here to the top. And parking is always at a premium here. But it looks like I've come at a good time, because I'm able to get a parking spot. And oh my goodness, it looks like there's a line at the coffee shop. I might not be getting any coffee. I'm gonna take you for a walk regardless. Alright folks, we got the motorbike park and okay, got the motorbike park and this is the view. That's Pattaya Bay, and it's absolutely beautiful. So up here at the top of this, there's a radio station up here, and there's a couple things to do. There's a few things to do. Number one, if you need a snack or something, whatever, you've got this little temple area up here. But I'm gonna just take you on a walk this way because this is this is the flow I would recommend you do. Number one, come over here and just take in this breathtaking view. All right. Pattaya. The brown building, I guess I'm pointing at it right. It's Central. And then right down here is Walking Street. Walking Street is this area right here. And then you've got the pier. All the boats and the ferries come in. Just a beautiful view. So if you come up here, it's going to be hit and miss. If you get in with a mingled in with a Chinese tour bus. You know, the Chinese tour buses, when they drop them off, it's a mob. Okay, so this is what I'm telling you about the coffee shop right here. You know, it's out of this old van, and they've actually got a food stall right here, and got more food over here. But I'm going to take you for a walk over this direction. Is there a table available? Let me see if there's a table available. You know what? There is a table available. I'm gonna have to get some coffee right now. And then I'll take you on a walk later. I'm gonna come here, order some coffee. Sawasdee krab. I get the cappuccino. Cappuccino hot. All right, there's the prices, my friends. 35. You pay now or at the table? Okay, so it's 35 baht, and looks like
Ready in 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yes, 10 or 15.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Here, tomato.
Kapan ka?
6 points.
All right, folks, so I went with that cappuccino. It's 35 baht. The ice for the hot, the iced. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. Okay, so it was 35 baht, and the okay, so today I can't seem to get my shit together on my videography, but before he paid at the table, but I guess now they're so busy, what you do is walk up there and order. I ordered a cappuccino for 35 baht, and you can see that it's pretty much filled up these days. And they'll bring it to the table, and I always tip the waiter a little bit, but 35 baht, what is that about? It's like $1.05, something like that. But this is the view. This is the view that you get right here in this little coffee shop, and it's shaded. So even if it's a hot sunny day, you're underneath the shade right over here. And it just operates out of that little van right there in this little shop right here. So this has got to be one of the, I'll say the best coffee shop in Thailand, and probably the best coffee shop in the world. Where else you gonna get? I mean, you got a nice cool breeze flowing through here. I'm underneath the shade. It's just a beautiful view. And like I said, you can get food as well. Just one of these little hidden gems that most tourists, when they come here, most tourists when they come to Pattaya, they have no idea these little hidden nook and crannies like this. Just check that out, folks. Just enjoy that view right there. Okay, now the gentleman said it's going to be 15 minutes, but it was more like 5. Okay, take a look at this. I'm going to tell you right now. This coffee shop has got it going on. Okay, the atmosphere, the view. But folks, this is delicious coffee. Thank you. And look, they bring you the amenities with the brown sugar. So we got two types of brown sugar, regular sugar. So I'll put a little brown sugar in my coffee here. But I'm gonna tell you, this as is absolutely delicious. Hold on, I'm gonna get this open. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple scoops. Just a couple scoops here. Yeah. Can't wait till I get to $1 million a month where I can hire a film crew. Just trying to do things, hold an iPhone in one hand. Sometimes it's a little difficult. I'm gonna stir this dude up here. Look at that. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this coffee. Oh my goodness. Primo. So if you come to Pattaya, make sure you bring your spouse here. Or if you got a bar girl with you, bring her. If not, just come up here about 3:30 in the afternoon by yourself and just sit here and enjoy yourself. And I'll show you the name of it. I'll put a link down to the original blog post, so if you're not sure where to go, just click that link down in the description. It'll go to my website and just show the taxi driver show the taxi driver your the picture that I have on the website. It's got it written in Thai. They'll know exactly where to go. All right, folks, it's time to take you on a walk around. That was delicious. 35 baht. Beautiful view. And I'm gonna go ahead and go because I'm taking up a table. Beautiful. All right, let other people have my table. It's getting crowded. So again, just this little spot right here, and that's the name of it. It's called Coffee Break Pattaya. Right there. We got ice cream stuff over there. Okay, so after you enjoy a nice cup of coffee, and come on out here to the end. And I can't remember the name of this monument. Oh, but let me make a note. Okay, this area right here, and back behind me where the Buddha monuments and all that stuff, they're starting to crack down on your attire. Now, just put yourself, I realize that you come here and you're a tourist, right? But would you go to your church wearing a tank top and a bathing suit and flip-flops? And the answer is no. You would not go to your church. You would not go to your church and with that attire. And so it's starting to be enforced here more, and it's reasonable. Tourists are just not showing any respect for the culture and for the religion. And so they have to, put some little bit of enforcement in place. So if you try to walk out and walk around the temples or the monuments and you're dressed like you're at the beach, then you're wrong. You need to realize, and here's a sign right here. When you come out here, make sure you're dressed properly. This isn't the beach. Everybody seems to think that when they come to Pattaya Beach, they can walk around everywhere in their bathing suit. Well, look, if you went to Miami, to South Beach, sure, you can lay out on the beach in in a Speedo or a bikini, but the minute you leave the beach area, you can't walk into Walmart or Subway, and you damn sure can't go to church wearing your bathing suit. So just let the same principle and respect that you would show in your home country, you got to do the same thing here, or anywhere for that matter. It's a long story just to say, hey, when you come up here, make sure you got the proper attire on. And this is a monument here. I can't tell you the exact significance, but I think it's I'm not even going to try. There's obviously stuff about the Navy, but I'm not sure the significance of it. All right, so you've got a nice viewpoint up here for picture taking. And we'll come on down here. So over to my, probably getting some wind noise now, but over to the left, over this way, that direction all around, you get, it's Jomtien Beach. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll tell you, this is kind of funny. See that island out there? I can't even remember the name of it, but my Thai ex-wife, they all call that island Koh Tut, which basically means ass island, because it looks like an ass sticking up, somebody laying on their stomach with their ass. Anyhow, whatever. But when you come up to these spots, if they've just dropped off a busload of Chinese tourists, it's going to try your patience. And, you know, bless their hearts, they're not good. They're just not good at being tourists. And probably because a lot of them never been on vacation before. Everything's so damn structured, I don't think they know how to handle the freedom. But just be patient with the Chinese. They're gonna get in your way, they're gonna screw up your photos, they're gonna be loud. They're frustrating. They will frustrate you. Admiral Crom Luang Jumbong Ket Budam Sakdi. Again, I should know the history behind this, but I don't. I apologize. Now, this Sanctuary of Truth is like way over there, Naklula area. I might take you guys over there. It's a wooden temple. If I have time, I might take you on a tour of that place. It's pretty cool. This iPhone is actually doing a good job shooting 4K 60 frames. It did show a little overheating sign for a minute there, but once we got into the shade after that motorbike ride, it went back to being cool. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, everybody wants to know what's the best camera for YouTube. It's probably the damn phone that you have in your pocket. It's called an iPhone. I got a Sony RX100 Mark V. Great for taking still photos. Horrible for running 4K, and it only shoots 4K at 30 frames for like 30 minutes before it overheats. Okay, this is one way. I'm not sure which way is one way. Okay, I'll take you for a walk up here. Now this area here, you definitely want to be sure that you're dressed properly. Don't come up here in your bathing suit with your balls hanging out, all right? And you come up here, show some respect. Okay, so here's a look around. This little dog. And folks, bear in mind that if you go into any of these areas, make sure you take your shoes off. Now this area is fine, but just take a walk around here. And again, this whole area is shaded, so you know if you're maybe a heavy set fella that has to have aircon, you get winded or you're not in great shape, folks. This breeze coming through here, this whole area is shaded. So if you have the taxi bring you up here, you know, if you're not in great physical shape, or you know, you're carrying around a bunch of pounds where you can't walk out in the sun, I got it. You know, my buddy, he's not gonna walk anywhere in the sun, I guarantee it. But up here, he would be fine. It's a cool breeze, a shade. Come on up here. If you're in a wheelchair, I just kind of showed you the way. I showed you the way up here. Let me see if we can get a wheelchair up through here without having to hit these stairs. I think the answer is going to be no. Yeah, it's the only way up is through the stairs. But I still think you can make it. There's a baby chicken. Okay, folks, that's your tour of this little area right here. And again, just be aware that it does get crowded these days. It does get crowded. They are dropping Chinese tour groups. The buses can't make it up here, so they park the buses down there. The Chinese walk up through here. But just be aware that it does get busy up here now. You might have to wait for a table over at the coffee shop, but it's well worth the wait. And I forgot to ask them what time they open, but I assume being a coffee shop that, you know, back in a couple years ago, I showed up here like 7 o'clock thinking, okay, I'm gonna get an early morning cup of coffee, and they didn't open until like 9 o'clock, which didn't make any sense to me. So I'm not sure what their hours are these days. I didn't ask them. I guess I can walk my ass over there, but they're busy as hell. But again, 3:30 in the afternoon, great time to come up here. So just a little hidden spot. Pattaya, Thailand. Folks, I want to say something. And you see, I left it's about almost $100 pair of pants in that bag. I've got rain, poncho, a sweatshirt, waterproof bag, aviator kit bag. Got this D-ring hanging here. And I got this helmet, full face helmet. And what my point is, hold on, I'm gonna show you this. What my point is tour bus just arrived. My point is this. Lock that in place. You see all that stuff that I just showed you hanging on this motorbike? I've never had anything stolen off a motorbike in Thailand. You know, it's just no country is perfect, but folks, in Thailand, you can leave all this shit on your motorbike See how people leaving these helmets? They just set them on the mirror. Just leave your jacket over there. And you know what? I've never had anything stolen. I mean, look, this person here has got paperwork, ID card, helmets. You know, I mean, there's a way to lock this helmet. I can lock the helmet here on the bike. But knock on wood, I've never had anything stolen out of the basket or off of a clip. Either from the basket, the clip, or anything in this country. I can't say the same. You know, there's no way you could do this shit in America. Maybe in really small town America. There's just a peacefulness about that. And maybe tonight they'll steal all the shit out of my basket. I don't know. But, you know, sometimes I put a few extra items in there just to see if somebody would steal something. And they never do. You know, maybe I'll put 100 baht right there on top of that thing and see if somebody steals it. I highly doubt it. Okay, folks, hope you enjoyed that little tour of my little secret hidden coffee shop. Like I said, they get plenty of business these days. I'm glad for them. But like I was talking about in the previous video, you know, all these young bucks, all these people come over here for 4 or 5 days and do nothing but hang out on Walking Street in the go-go's, and then they claim that there's nothing here in Pattaya, Thailand, but bar girls and go-go's. It's such bullshit. Fucking BBC and the British press always talking bad about this place. You know what? I wish people from the West would just mind their own fucking business. Pattaya is a wonderful place, and if anybody's complaining, I highly recommend they take their fucking ass back to the shit country they came from. Because there's a fucking reason they're in Pattaya, Thailand. And it's because this place is absolute paradise compared to the fucking UK. That gloomy ass fucking place. Or the US where you get shot just going to a fucking church or a movie theater. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to take you and I'm going to show you this other area. This is the Big Buddha. It's known as the Big Buddha. Yeah, so people from the West need to mind their own fucking business. Worry about the problems in their own country. I think a lot of people know about the Big Buddha here. You know, it's sort of a destination, location for the tourists. You just come up this hill. There's a little area here to the left, but you just keep coming up to the top. Folks, I don't know, maybe I'm boring the shit out of you with this little motorbike touring. You know, let me know down in the comments whether you enjoy this format. I mean, I'd like to know, but to be honest, it's not going to change the way I do business. I do what the fuck I want to do. I do what I want to do. And anybody has the option of hitting the pause button, clicking on another video. This is YouTube. Sorry, dropped my audio. All right, let me get back going here. So, what I'm saying. You know, this is YouTube. This is the internet. If you don't like somebody's video, somebody's free video that they put together for your entertainment, Why can't we just click on, isn't it much easier just to click another video and leave? But people in this world, they just want to let you know how negative their life is by leaving shitty ass bullshit comments down below. Now look, I'm in the freedom of speech, and I love a good debate, and I love constructive criticism. But people that we now define as troll and haters, in other words, people whose life is so fucking miserable, they gotta push their misery on other people. Why can't you just go somewhere else? Just go away. So this is the big Buddha right here. And again, you got snacks and drinks, you know, Thai tea, ice cream. And if you're not dressed properly, you've got souvenirs over here. If you're not dressed properly, okay, right here in this area, the ladies can get a robe and get stuff to cover up with. So just come see this gentleman right here. They'll help you out if your girl's wearing short shorts. Okay, and this is a good place for photos, picture taking. It's a little bit of hike up here, but this is easy walking. I mean, yeah, you could say it's stairs, but really it's just sort of like a little hill going up here. You've got this water cascading down through here. Nice peaceful sound. You come up to the top. And again, folks, even though this is you know, you're on vacation, backpacking, whatever, when you come to these types of places, show some respect. Don't come here if you're hammered, drunk, being loud and obnoxious. This is the equivalent of your Catholic church or your Baptist church or synagogue or mosque, whatever. Okay? This is all for merit making. You can, you know, give money obviously at various stations, or you can buy some of this stuff here. There's all kind of stuff. What I recommend you do is come up here with a Thai girl, where she can try to explain some of the stuff to you. If you don't come up here with a local, you're not going to understand what's going on unless you already are a Buddhist. But back when I was married to a Thai girl, you know, I got educated about this stuff. Now that I don't have a Thai wife anymore, I'm left to try to figure things out for myself. But folks, this is another nice area for picture taking, for, you know, trying to learn a little bit about the culture. And again, try to come up here with a local. This area up here with this Buddha is not well shaded, so if it's a hot day, make sure you bring a floppy hat or something. But again, it's a beautiful, beautiful view. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Got a nice panoramic view. This is Jamtien over to this side. It's Jamtien Beach over there. And you see this needle right here. You see that cable going off to the right? If you're brave, you can get in a harness and that cable will take you all the way down. I haven't done it. maybe I will. It's a nice area here. Good for photos. You know, I'm not a religious dude, if you haven't already guessed. But out of all the cultures that I've been around, and this may sound cliche, I don't care what it sounds like, I'm just going to tell you. Out of all the cultures that I've been around, the only place, the only time that I've really felt any sort of inner peace, where I just was actually just able to sit down and enjoy the moment, stop worrying about politics, violence, all the carnage that goes along with life itself. You know, the most meaningful time was when I was up in my wife's city, which is up in Isan, up in the northeast of Thailand. You know, it's the farm area, the poor area. We went to this temple. It was up on a hill. And back then, you know, there was nobody up there. The monks. And just walking around up there, you know, I guess barefoot, just enjoying the view. You know, you're smelling the incense. And just the peace and the quiet, like this. It's like the only, I don't know, it's just like the only anything remotely close to religion that actually gave me any peace. I guess I'll clarify that and say that I'm not a religious dude. So it wasn't religious, it was a cultural thing. I guess that's why this is where I live now, most of the time. It's just because the culture, I guess the weather, the food, the environment, I mean, everything here is just the closest thing to some type of peace that I can find. All right, folks, so that's your tour. If you come over here, just do what I just showed you. A couple hours, well worth it. Try to bring you a Thai girl where she can explain some of the culture, some of the religious aspects of it. All right, on to the next stop. Okay, folks, it's on to the next spot. On to the next spot, but those are two beautiful girls right there. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. I hope my hand wasn't in the way. I hope you guys got to take a look at that. Those are just beautiful ladies. Trying to get my microphone straight here. Folks, I know I need to step up my game. I need to step up my game on the video quality. I do have some Sennheiser mics I've had for a long time. It takes a little bit extra to get them going because they only work on my old Sony. Well, I guess I can make them work with the iPhone, but I'm just into simplicity. Just so much easier to shoot on this iPhone and use this headset that I'm using. I know it doesn't come out to be Steven Spielberg quality, but like right now, you know, I used to have a GoPro back in the day, and matter of fact, this helmet that I've got on still has the GoPro mount on it. But when I started using that GoPro, I didn't like that fisheye look. It just looked like you know, a cheap ass surveillance camera quality. It was horrible. So I tried to like that GoPro because it's got all those mounts and all those features. But that damn GoPro, half the time when I thought it was on, it wasn't. So I didn't get the footage. And then when I got the footage, it just looked like shit. It was absolutely horrible. I don't know why people love GoPros so much, because it's just, I don't know, it's not user friendly in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I had a remote control, you had all this shit, but you know what I spent? I spent all my time trying to figure out how to get the fucking GoPro working. And when I should have been spending time shooting video. And so I bought all those accessories. I had every accessory available, and I really tried to like that GoPro. But in the end, I said, you know what? There's nothing I like about this son of a bitch. It's not practical. It's a toy. It's a niche toy that everybody got suckered into buying. And with that said, I'm going to say this, that if you, and this is what I did, I sent it to my son, because my son is a big snowboarder. And I said, here, it's got a suction cup mount. Mount that sumbitch on your snowboard and get me some footage. Which little joker never did, or he never shared with me. Still love you, son. But I said, you know what, if you want to mount this thing to a snowboard for, you know, a niche run, for one run down the slopes, or you need to mount this to an aircraft to get some B-roll, that's all it's good for. I don't see how in the hell they made all that money. Well, I do, because I spent my money on it too. It's great marketing. But to see all these folks walk around with these damn GoPros, I'm like, you're wasting your fucking time. You know, unless you're goddamn scuba diving with the whale sharks, okay, use the GoPro. You're snowboarding down the slope, okay, use the GoPro. But you're walking around, even at the fucking beach with a GoPro, you're getting shitty fucking video, shitty audio, and it's a pain in the ass. You can't even get that damn thing running. You don't even know if it's running half the time. I know that's a little exaggeration, but the point is, it wasn't working for me. I don't know I don't know if my son did anything with it or ever used it, but you know, the more complicated your equipment is, the less you're going to use it. That's just the way it is. That's why, you know, this iPhone works perfect for me. It shoots 4K, 60 frames a second. It's wonderful during the day. It's wonderful. I think the audio is good if I have the headset on. I don't think, I mean, the iPhone is not good for nighttime shooting, and the audio is not that great. You got to use the headset, especially if you're walking around talking to it. And at night, the footage sucks. But I'd rather have this iPhone strapped to my chest than a damn GoPro. And to be quite honest, I'm surprised GoPros lasted this long. I just, you know, whatever. I wasn't trying to bash GoPro, but I'm just saying, I'm having a hell of a lot more fun talking and using this iPhone on this motorbike. I think I tried to use that GoPro with this motorbike. And just couldn't work it out, get it worked out. It just wasn't working. All right, so we're headed over to Jomtien Beach. Now, what's the difference between Pattaya Beach and Jomtien Beach? Well, you know, Pattaya is where all the action is. At Jomtien, like if you were going to come with your family, and the beach itself, let's talk about the beach. The beach and the water in both Jomtien and Pattaya, it's shit, right? You don't come to Pattaya Beach or Jomtien Beach to go to the beach. You go there to lay out underneath the, lay out and drink some beer, look around, go to the bars and all that. But the beach itself, the water is not good quality. You're just too close to the city, too many people here. However, if you're looking for some good quality water to go snorkeling or swimming or whatever, you just jump on the ferry for $1 and it takes you over to Koh Larn Island. And then boom, you got nice clear water, beautiful beaches, you can snorkel, safe to swim. Okay, but people come here and they look at Pattaya Beach or Jomtien Beach and say, oh, it's a shithole. Well, you got to look a little bit farther. I might take you over to Koh Larn before I leave on this trip, and I'll show you the water over there. It's beautiful. Koh Larn is beautiful. They're having some issues because there's too many people going over there on a daily basis and straining the resources and the trash removal. But if you want to snorkel, swim, hang out at the beach, go to Koh Larn. It's $1. Okay, so Pattaya Beach itself, the water, and Jomtien Beach itself is not for swimming, not in my opinion. But the difference is Jomtien Beach is a lot quieter. If you were going to come here with your spouse or your family, there's much less bullshit and drunk, broke-ass tourists and asshole expats. There's a lot less over here. You want to come over here and hang out on the Jomtien Beach side. It's quieter, less problems. There's still good restaurants. There's still some bars, some entertainment. But if I were going to bring, if I was going to bring some decent folks for just to walk around, it's just quieter over here. Everybody's got their own opinion, I realize that. But I get asked that a lot, what's the difference? There's some bars here to the right when you first come through here. And there's some bars and restaurants on the alley, the street behind these bars. And historically, I haven't been over there in a long time. Let's see, what do they call it? Supertown, Jomtien Walking Street. I haven't been over in those bars in a long time, but historically, if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, there were several gay bars over there. And there used to be one right here on the right. I'm not sure if it still is or not. There's a place called Country Road. I don't see it. Maybe it changed names. And they've really done a lot to improve Jomtien Beach as well. I mean, look at this. Look at this nice walking surface. And just for reference, if you want to run, if you start right here at that Jomtien sign, that concrete sitting area, go all the way into this thing. I think all the way there is all the way there and back is 5 kilometers. I think from here to the end, I think it was 5 kilometers. So if you're into running or whatever, and you want kind of a set distance, you can start right there at Jomtien and run all the way to the end. And I think it's 5 kilometers. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. Now, if you got to go to immigration, see that blue sign right there? It says Chonburi Immigration. you got to take a left right here in Jomtien Beach and go down, and that's where immigration is. So if you need any immigration service, extend your visa, you know, whatever business you got to do, that's where immigration is here in Pattaya. It's actually over here on the Jomtien Beach side. And folks, some days you go there and it is crowded, but I'm going to tell you this, even on a crowded day at that immigration office, you really can't complain. And I'm going to tell you why. If you've ever tried to get your driver's license renewed in America, you know real pain. You know the pain of waiting and people, you know, employees who are rude as fuck. And so if you've ever had to go to the DMV to get your driver's license, get your vehicle registration in America, you know it's a fucking all-day ordeal. And the people are fucking rude. It's a bad experience. Okay? The immigration office here, even if it's crowded, you're going to be in and out of there in a couple hours tops. The people are friendly. Okay, now it's kind of tight in there. It's not always a seat. Sometimes you got to stand up. But I promise you this: the worst time I've ever spent at immigration here was 100 times better than getting my driver's license renewed back in America. So is it perfect over there? Hell no. Is it crowded sometimes? Yeah. But if you compare it to the country you came from, you're not going to be disappointed or frustrated if you compare it to what bullshit you have to go through in your own country. Alright, so anyhow, enough about immigration. Just rolling through Jomtien Beach here. And if you'll take a look over to the right, most of the walking area is shaded, right? So if you're one of them dudes that can't stay in the sun, you can't sweat, you're a little bit heavy, alright, well, get your heavy ass out on that sidewalk over there. It's shaded. You got usually a nice breeze coming over, especially on the Jomtien side. Seems to always be a breeze over here. Okay, get your fat ass out and pound that track right there up and down. Plenty of vendors in case you get tired, get you something to drink. Get over there and get some exercise. Pick them up and put them down. Put Mo and Joe into action. You'll lose some weight while you're here on vacation. Oh. Sorry about the camera falling down. That's the only problem with this whole thing, and I'm going to rectify that when I get home. I'm going to rectify that. It's a windy day out here today. People still in the water, got some waves going on. And it was too windy back there. There's no, they do the parachute, towing the Chinese tourists around on the parachutes, but no parachutes today. It's too windy. Spot we just passed has become a busy spot because they took all the where the marina is in Pattaya. It used to be where they parked all the boats, and now they've sort of turned it into a park. So they ran all the boats out of there. So a lot of the boats come over here now to get put in and pulled out every day. There's lots nearby. So that ramp back there has become a very busy ramp. What a beautiful day. Typhoon. I'm not sure where the typhoon is right now. It hit the Philippines and then hit Hong Kong. So I think some of these winds are the far off residual effect of the typhoon going on. And again, I'm not sure exactly where it's at now. I know the north of Thailand was supposed to get a lot of rain. But it seems like we're just getting a little bit of wind right now. Folks, I hope you guys can see the side over here. I don't know. I'll review this footage later. I guess the one thing about that GoPro that was good is if you're mounted on your helmet, that you know, whichever way I point my head, the camera's pointing. Maybe I'll figure out a way to mount this iPhone on the helmet, but it's not going to be very aerodynamic if I do. Folks, one thing about Thailand, well, let's say one thing. Okay, all these palm trees down through here, people don't realize the danger of falling coconuts, right? Now, I may take you to one of my friends. She has a hamburger shop, and every month or so, she has to pay a tree service because it's not the city's responsibility, because it's, you know, private property. It's hers. She has to call a tree service to come cut the coconuts out of the coconut tree, because as you can see right there, the big tall trees like that, when those coconuts fall off of that son of a bitch, it's like a goddamn bomb dropping. And I want to show you the fucking holes in her tin roof where those coconuts came down and put a fucking hole in I don't know what gauge that sheet metal was, but it looked like a damn mortar round had, you know, an armor piercing shell came through the top of that tin. And so, you know, she has to, you know, keep a close monitor on that and pay people to come get them damn coconuts out, because if they fall from that height, they're going to kill her or a customer. So they're very cognizant. She's cognizant of that. But I tell that story to say, the city here, the city constantly has crews up and down this beach and Pattaya Beach. Okay, now back in the day, I used to, and they may still do it, but back in the day, they used the fire department. They would use a fire truck, a ladder truck, you know, put some city workers on that damn fire truck, and they would be up there cutting coconuts out of these trees to make sure they don't fall on any tourist's head and hurt anybody. Now, I don't think they use the fire truck anymore. They got a city bucket truck or whatever. But there's a no shit concerted effort here in this town, and people, you know, you can talk bad all you want to, but when you see the city crews going up and down removing coconuts, you got to believe that they are concerned with the safety and the welfare of people who come here and the people who live here. In the Philippines, I've never seen that. The only person that's going to remove a fucking coconut is a local, because he's going to go up there and get that coconut and sell the son of a bitch or eat it. Okay, so in the Philippines, you got, when you walk around underneath some tall coconut trees, you better pay attention. Don't be fucking hanging out under a damn coconut tree, one of the big tall ones that's full of coconuts. I mean, it's probably the same statistics of getting hit by lightning, but I saw a coconut drop one time and almost take out an old lady. It landed about 6 inches from her foot and scared the piss out of her. 6 inches in one direction, that bitch would have been dead from a falling coconut. And I saw it. I mean, it was like, holy shit. And that's why I talk about it. If I hadn't seen that happen, I probably would be like, whatever. It's like getting hit by lightning. But when you see a person almost get taken out by a coconut falling from the equivalent of like a 3-story building, it's like a goddamn bomb dropping. So I want to give credit where credit is due. And if you come here to this town, I'm not saying don't use due diligence, but if you walk up and down this beach, Jomtien Beach and Pattaya Beach, for the most part, you don't got to be concerned about getting hit in the head with a coconut, because they have crews, you know, up and down this road making sure, cutting the coconuts out of there. and shit that most tourists just take for granted. But like I said, I got to give credit where credit is due. And that's one, little differences like that is why Thailand gets the numbers of tourists and the Philippines don't, because the Philippines, the government over there, for the most part, they just steal the fucking money, put it in their pocket, and nothing ever gets improved, fixed, or repaired. That's just the way it is. If the Philippines looks shitty one day, you can bet 30 years it's probably still going to look shitty. It's just the way it is. I love the Philippines, but you got to know the differences. Here in Thailand, they're constantly improving the roads. They're constantly improving the infrastructure. If something breaks, they fix it. Are they perfect? No. But if you want to come and see some money being spent on infrastructure in Southeast Asia, just come to Thailand. Everywhere you go, there's a new road. There's something being improved in the infrastructure, and that's why they're thriving and other places are lagging behind. As much money as the United States gives the Philippines, do your own research. But the United States gives the Philippine government so much goddamn money that the streets in Manila should be paved with gold. Where does the money go? Well, it certainly doesn't go into improving the infrastructure over there. I'd say they probably take 5% of it, put in the infrastructure, and the other 95% they put in their fucking pockets. Welcome to the Philippines. And again, Thailand may not be perfect, but you don't got to go very far around here to see some type of infrastructure improvement, some type of repair, some type of construction. We're coming up on the end of Jom Tien Beach. Now this restaurant right here with this big blue crab, this is a very popular seafood restaurant right here with the locals, people coming down from Bangkok, the Chinese, expats who know about it. It's a very popular seafood restaurant right here on the left. They got plenty of parking if you bring a car, no problem, plenty of places to park. Nice cool breeze coming off the ocean. That place is popular, and so is this place here on the end. So a couple of good, the place in the front and the place to the left. I'm not sure if they're actually the same, one and the same, but so this is the end of Jom Tien Beach. So at the end, you do have, and you know what, I'm going to turn around because I forgot to mention one place that's pretty cool. You could come hang out. And people like taking pictures with these little markers right there. Pretty cool. Okay, so if you don't want to deal with any drunk tourists, any broke ass Brit expats and the fucking drunkenness and all that shit, come over here to Jom Tien. I just showed you a couple of good seafood restaurants. But if you really just want to chill, and this place I'm going to show you is mostly locals. Like every time I've went, I'm the only Farang in there. They got a band at night. Just a great little atmosphere with the lights and stuff. Just a chill place. And it's this place right here called Sense of the Sea. Okay? And I'm going to show you this spot. It's all covered up right now. But it's called Sense. And they used to have these big beanbag chairs right here. And they've got the band right here. And it's where this red dog looking thing is. It's called Sense of the Sea, and at night it's such a cool place with those lights lit up hanging in that tree, and you got the band and they have everything set up perfect. I don't know if they still have the beanbag chairs or not, to be honest. They may have changed up their chairs, but used to man, you could chill on those beanbag chairs. So it's called Sense of the Sea. Look for that red dog. It's a nighttime spot. I'm just going to give you a look around here at the beach today. Years ago, we were hanging out on this beach at low tide. And you know how in America you always try to find a sand dollar, an intact sand dollar. When you go to the beach, at least I always did as a kid. I came to this beach years ago, and when it was low tide, we walked out through there. And I shit you not, I went and got a bucket. I picked up about 200 intact black sand dollars. They weren't white like you find at Panama City Beach in America. These were black. And we picked up about 200 of them, made them into necklaces, and I ended up giving them all away. But I don't know if that was just like a phenomenon of that year, or if there's always black sand dollars. I don't even think I have any left. I think I gave them all away. But in this area right here, I told my wife, I said, pick up every one you can get. We're going to make necklaces out of them. It's the most beautiful, little bitty, well, small to medium size black sand dollars. Alright folks, I got low battery, so I just want to say thanks for joining me on this little motorbike ride right here, and hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the video comes out. I hope the audio is good. I'm going to take you to some more places around this area. Pattaya, Thailand, Jom Tien area, Nha Jom Tien, down at Silver Lake area. That's going to be a really cool tour. Alright, see you on the next video, my friends. Have a great evening.